all right, so actually, specifically to that was, the mayor of Atlanta came out and she said, vote. Now, and it's like, to me, it's like, I guess that's
vote
just
for who? Vote for what?
It's so delusional. Like, I don't understand. Like, let's just take it on its own terms. Minneapolis has a Democratic mayor, Democratic appointed police chief, Democratic governor. New York City is run by a guy who I think, frankly, if we're looking here at de Blasio is so scared of the NYPD that you have to question some of the functionings of even like formal democracy in New York. And he got elected essentially saying, I get this because I have a black son, has not really done anything. So I guess just look, I'm not telling people, I'm not trying to go on the opposite, like, oh yeah, don't vote, fuck it, whatever. But I'm seeing that Joe Biden thinks that the mayor of Atlanta gave the most inspiring speech. I'm seeing Hillary Clinton tweet out a picture of herself wearing a mask that says vote. It's a black mask that looks like a muzzle. And I asked myself, what is wrong with these people? And are you trying to get people to not vote? I mean,
I would invite Anna to jump in here because.
Yeah, I mean, look, one of Hillary Clinton's biggest problems in 2016 is that she doesn't get it. Like, she hasn't been getting it, right? She's in a different world. I would be shocked if she expected her super predator comment to hurt her as much as it did in 2016. But that was her mentality. Look, the thing that I liked about what Cornel West had to say the most was it was brief, but he mentioned the collapse of Bernie, right? And he was saying it in the context of this election, right? So he's not the presumptive Democratic nominee. And when you tell people vote, okay, so we have this terrible person in the White House, and the only hope we have to get him out is Joe Biden, who authored and successfully pushed through the crime bill, which is part of the problem that we're dealing with today.
Right.
I mean, we spend more and more of our precious resources on incarcerating people, on incarcerating the poor, on incarcerating Black people, incarcerating Latinos. Like, and when we pay our taxes, what do we get in return? Our money goes toward the military. Our money goes toward the police force. Our money goes toward all this stuff that then turns around and criminalizes our behavior, right? And ends up, we incarcerate more people in this country than literally any other country in the world, right?
I mean, literally, that isn't even per capita. That's just like more. We just do this.
There's no comparison. Any other what people out here like to call the civilized world. There's just no comparison. I was telling Mike 3 years ago I was in Spain, and a guy, they called it a terrorist attack. A guy ran over a few people. I think he killed some people, and they called that a terrorist attack. I was like, even in scared of shitless of brown people America, that would just be like it's a fender bender on the floor. But like, you know what I'm saying? But what's so funny? I was watching the Innocence Project doc last night before I went to sleep on Netflix, and Larry Krasner was on there. And that's a dude who ran on the stuff that he went in and did. Straight up, got elected in Philadelphia, fired 30, 40 ADAs the day he got in, fired them. But he ran on this, right? Like when you dismissively say vote, this is a guy who, like, first of all, that's his job, right? As DA, is to prosecute people and to do that. Like, that would be your actual job, what you focus on every day. Anyway, he ran on this thing and got in there and put his money where his mouth was, exonerated a bunch of people. But like, I know this is going to sound obvious to the listeners and watch viewers of Jacobin Radio, but Joe Biden ain't that. I mean, like, this is just obvious. Like, this idea of vote, like as if Joe Biden is going to save us, or as if Obama had saved us before. Like, this dude literally said, if he had a son And you know, when you look at the ears and stuff like that, like you could argue that Trayvon did kind of look like Barack a little something. But he basically said what everybody could see for themselves. Like, if I had a son, he might look like Trayvon, and something like that might happen to him. And like, this guy got blown to smithereens of it. And of course, I don't think he had the gumption to stand up to something like that. I don't think that was part of something that he wanted to do, stand up to the police state in America. So it's like, what are we even talking about? Like, even if we got every single liberal's favorite person ever, Barack Obama, in the office of the presidency, there wasn't some like great change to the fortunes of people who live under a police state. It's just a ridiculous notion.
Yeah. And
sorry, Anna, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And I think even if we still had that hope of Bernie becoming the next president, simply electing the right leader isn't enough, right? And so I think people do have, I mean, I think it's manifesting maybe not in the best way at the moment, but I think that people, especially young people in this country, have this urge to be politically active. And I think they realize, regardless of who we end up electing, no, we got to hold them accountable, and we need to be part of the conversation permanently. Like, we're not just going to, all right, let's have this election, you know, let's elect someone that we might like, and then just think that things are going to change, because historically in this country, that has not been the case.